Welcome to the After Party. I'm your host, Jim Banks. With me tonight are my co-hosts Paul Benzavega and Josh Kai. Our guests joining us tonight are Michael Morgani and Alan Peteshman. The After Party is a conservative, libertarian, right-of-center news commentary show. We'll discuss political news and current events relevant, irrelevant, irreverently. Now for today's lightning round. On Saturday, GOP presidential candidate and Godfather's Pizza CEO Herman Cain announced that he was suspending his campaign. This comes after another woman, Ginger White of Atlanta, claimed to have had an affair with Cain. But for all we know, he could just be going off to become a Pokemon master.
A poet once said, life can be a challenge, life can seem impossible, but it's never easy when there's so much on the line. We have a lot on the line.
You must always remember.
Life can be a challenge. Life can seem impossible, but it's never easy when there's so much on the line. We have a lot on the line.
So, Michael Morgani, red version or blue version?
I'm neither version.
Neither version?
No,
Wait a
because
minute,
there's no white. Because there is no white. It needs to be red, white, and blue. Otherwise, it does not get my support.
But what does this say about your childhood? You didn't play Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue? Come on. You have to have a stance on that.
I was too busy being a nerd and growing into my glasses, so I did not have the time to take red, blue, or
I don't know. I mean, I
Paul,
prefer blue because Blastoise, he has Blizzard, and that takes down Charizard and Venusaur, so he was the obvious, superior.
We all know Paul is a nerd too. Huge nerd. Alan, red version or blue version?
To be honest, I'm thinking red version. I'm thinking, his goal right now as the Pokemon Master is to catch them all.
All right, well, stepping up. Josh?
Well, let me just say, okay, the Herman Cain campaign and why it imploded.
Serious.
I hate to inject some serious, but here's the problem. You can't have idiots working for you. Even if...
Did Barack Obama know that?
Well, no,
that's part of his problem.
Let's be careful there. But,
well, they'll just got smart and quit,
Exactly. But if you're going to be a Pokemon master, if that's really what he's going to do now, he needs to actually have some good people with him. I don't remember all the names of the Pokemon people because it's so long ago and I have a bad short-term memory and long-term memory.
All right, we'll remember that.
One thing I will say is that similar to Pokemon, he had a lot of catchphrases, just like the Pokemon always have some of their catchphrases. I thought that was interesting. But really, the problem with the Herman Cain campaign, besides all these people coming out accusing him of all these things, is that if you don't have any experience in politics, you can't run for president. You can't go from being a pizza maker to president. You can't go from being a presidential candidate to being whatever else you want to do now.
So the Herman Cain train didn't rock you like a Herman Cain?
Well, it did for a little bit. Then I fell off.
All right. Alan?
I was thoroughly locked by the Herman Cain train. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know if anybody actually heard the song, but Paul, would you like to join me?
No,
I'm going to don't know the theme song.
Paul's singing might just kind of get us canceled. So, Paul.
Well, you got nothing to lose right now. Well, I was actually, I haven't said this publicly yet, but I was sexually assaulted on the Herman Cain train. Just want to put that out there. I had such confidence, and there was all this trust in this candidate, and
do you have any other confessions to make that are Pokemon related, Paul?
Not today.
Not today?
No, well, okay, my first Pokemon card was a level 4 Ponyta.
Oh, so, okay. I'm just going to keep that off in another, just write that down somewhere, whenever I need to use it.
Okay, good.
Michael Morgani, so, Herman Cain, what do you think that he's going to be doing from now on? He said that he's going to be starting a website called Herman Cain Solutions, so
well, a poor website probably is not the best thing to start after being a failed presidential candidate.
I want to see him and Sharon Bialik.
It'll be interesting to see where he goes. I mean, yeah, he's been a CEO. He's done a lot of things. He was on the board of the Fed.
Kansas City, very important one, too.
Yeah, rather interesting things for him to do, but I really don't think you're going to be hearing much of him after he,
he could always just, write a bunch of documentaries and narrate them with his wife.
He could be a historian.
There might be some new environmental disaster we've yet to learn about, and someone will have discovered something, or maybe he'll invent the internet 2.0.
Will it be running away from Man Bear Pig or a Pokemon?
Who knows? I think he's got a lot to run away from.
I mean, I'm just wondering if his exploits are going to make it to the website. I think that's the fundamental question. I think maybe that's his global solution. You know, Herman Cain's sex tape solves our debt crisis. Just putting it out there.
I don't know. I mean, I would probably pay top dollar for that.
All right. We have this story from Eric Pfeiffer of Yahoo News. 18-year-old Keon Sharp of Charleston, South Carolina wanted to learn more about working at Brink Security. So he did what every person who wants to become a security guard does. He walked right up to an occupied Brink's truck and pounded on the driver's side window to ask the driver to see what it's like to be the driver of an armored truck with a random guy banging on the window. The driver called the cops thinking Sharp had a gun on him, and Sharp spent several hours in jail before everything was settled. He even ended up walking out of the police station with the job application. In other labor news, Jeremy Clarkson of the famous British car TV show Top Gear said in a recent interview that striking workers should be dragged out in front of their families and shot.
People streaming through with no problems at all. It's also like being back in the 70s. Makes me feel at home somehow.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody?
Do you know anyone who's been on strike today?
Of course I don't.
No.
What, someone in public service? No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And we have to balance it, though, don't we? Because this is the BBC. And
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
frankly, I'd have them all shot. I would take them outside and execute them in front of their families. I mean, how dare they go on strike when they've got these gilt-edged pensions that are going to be guaranteed while the rest of us have to work for a living?
So, Paul, Keon Sharp or Jeremy Clarkson for the next Secretary of Labor?
I mean, I think Keon Sharp. I mean, with this obvious, Keon, you want to promote some affirmative action. If you take out Barack Obama, you got to put at least somebody back in. You know.
So are we going to see? I mean, if someone wants Jeremy Clarkson, are we going to need to see Jeremy Clarkson's birth certificate?
Well, no, absolutely not. I mean, but he would have to be confirmed by the
But
United
he's
States
British,
Senate.
so he has to be smart.
Well, no,
Or
it
have
has to
that
be
chance.
has to be sarcastic.
That's true.
That's the thing, which obviously elevates the comedy. It's a pretty high grade there.
Morgani. So, unemployment. Is our way of getting jobs now to just go right up to Brink's trucks and, try breaking in? Because, I mean, there could be a pretty good market for that.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, if I've learned anything from the movies, it's that robbing armored cars is a good thing. But I think we should take the smarter approach, literally, the smarter approach of the well-tested and time-tested Occupy movement. And we should really build off of that notion of just sitting around and arguing and, smoking, marijuana, and try to build an economy based off of that system. Because if McPherson Square,
so let's build
housing.
Actually, you can combine those things. I mean, because Ben Affleck was doing that, the last 20 years. But then he got a job, working, at the town where he was robbing armored cars. I mean, it makes sense.
Combination of best of both worlds.
Alan, so, unemployment. Do we need to go the Jeremy Clarkson way and just kill them all, or should we just all throw them in prison?
Can we amend Jeremy Clarkson and just get a big vat of pepper spray?
Jeremy
Clarkson was that a little bit too much?
Top Gear needs to do another challenge where they build a car that is the anti-occupier car. Pepper spray, blinged out wheels.
But only 3 wheels, because we don't want 4 wheels. We'll have too much of a carbon footprint. And they'll just let it roll over on itself.
It could be solar powered.
No, it can be powered by dreams.
It has to be powered by Jeremy Clarkson burning money, because he makes a lot of money off that show. You hear him talking about his cars, old Ferraris, Mercedes-Benzes. I mean, someone he's not the 1%, he's the 0.01%.
Did I miss, are we talking about Leno? Did I miss something? I'm sorry.
I mean, Leno would never say something like Jeremy Clarkson. You can never have an American, news, not even news, but even an American late night presenter making a comment like Jeremy Clarkson makes on a weekly basis.
Exactly.
Leno has writers too. That's the thing. I mean, Clarkson is kind of all natural. It's all there. So
let me just say, I think if we're going to pick someone for Secretary of Labor, Jeremy Clarkson all the way. I will say though about this Keon guy, he's my hero. He actually has the initiative. Why is it that we're laughing at someone who actually has the initiative to actually try and get a job? When they arrested him, they thought he had a gun. No, he had job applications with him. He had a bunch of job applications. This person should be held up as the the standard.
Well,
that
he
people
was
should
holding
try-
something up, if I recall. That was the interpretation.
But see that. But this is the thing. People, and you rightly brought up the Occupy movement, right?
Well,
People-
leftly, but
Exactly. But the point that I would make is, why is it that we're so willing to just accept that there are all these people camping out and doing nothing, when there are actually people out there who are trying to find jobs? I think the mainstream media ought to do more to bring attention to people that are working hard, trying to find jobs. If they did that, instead
like
of-
Barack Obama.
There are. And
He will be looking for a new
he's
job.
finding some in Brazil and, trying to subsidize oil and stuff like that. But, well, I don't know. I can't say that. No.
Can I propose, like, what's the British guy's name again?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, can we have Clarkson for...
Can you like start watching this show and
I mean,
actually figure out?
I
what
just
we're
don't.
talking
I don't
about?
remember names.
It's not that good.
Yeah,
Not that good.
It's pretty
It's
funny.
British. It is British.
It is.
So it has
Why
to
don't
be
we
fun.
have Why don't we have Clarkson as the Secretary of Labor, and then we get Keon for the deputy. For the
deputy.
For the deputy.
secretary.
Yep.
Yeah, that could be a.
I think
pretty-
that could work.
Could be a pretty.
So we got one guy with the
combination.
pepper spray and the other guy knocking on the Brinks truck, and that way everybody will get a job.
Pepper spraying Brinks trucks, the new way.
I
of
think that's it. I
eliminating
think
the
that's
debt.
it.
I'm going to start opening up, business and start manufacturing this stuff. I mean, because it's a commodity. All these cities across the country, you see all this.
I hear Rahm Emanuel needs some. And I mean, Clarkson, I think, would make maybe not such a great Secretary of Labor as a CEO of GM or Ford. Considering he knows so much about cars, and we need to, grow the economy, and we're not. It might be wise if we have someone who knows something about cars heading up one of those organizations.
Well, it's not about cars. I mean, you have to produce a product that's going to compete. I mean, like you look at the Chevrolet Volt. I mean, nobody wants to they
Well, that's a tree on
spontaneously
wheels. I mean, that's basically
Well,
what it
and they
they
also
spontaneously
can't put out a
combust. They
single
start
good
lighting
ad.
on fire, randomly. They're doing the testing. Oh my god. They're offering to buy them back. If you feel like unsafe.
Actually, that's not true now.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
true.
let me. I don't want to have to defend the Chevy Volt from unfair tax, but
you're going
one
there.
thing that I will say is that whenever you're looking at the auto industry, he brought up Jeremy Clarkson running it, and the government is certainly in control of it.
Cars are.
In terms of General Motors and
Charizard?
Chrysler. Not Ford.
No Charizards. We're not going back
No.
to Herman Cain.
Cars are.
Not going back
I'm
to
just
that.
saying.
But I think we could use people that have more initiative, like this Keon guy. If they actually were a part of the auto building process. I don't know.
So, you kids. I mean, I know there might be a couple of you who are watching this show. Maybe just us when this actually airs. But this is a lesson. When you need to get a job, if you want to get into the security business, walk right up to a Brinks truck. Hell, even if you have like one of those little plastic toy guns, make sure you have that on you. Just put it in the back pocket and just bang on that window.
Just see what it's all
Bang
about.
on that window. Then you're not going to be unemployed after college. I mean,
Well, you're going to be
there goes-
employed in the
there
jail
goes-
cell.
I mean, you could like press license plates.
Yeah.
that is true. Hey, there goes unemployment, right? So,
What's unemployment?
unemployment? I don't
Yeah,
know.
did I miss that?
It's just this thing that happens in the real world where
We're talking the real world, though.
Oh yeah.
I was operating under rainbows and dreams and hope and change. I'm sorry.
Because if there's anything Mike Morgani loves, rainbows and dreams and unicorns.
And Bulbasaur.
Fine with.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for being here tonight. Well, that's all for today's installment of the After Party. Make sure to join us for our full season next semester. Thank you.